Hello, my dear Globies. It's been a minute or longer since I've been on and done a video. I've been recuperating from some extensive travel, but I'm back and I wanted to share with you something that really was on my heart in this Straight from the Heart talk. You know, as I hear from more and more older viewers who share their heart's desires and dreams with me, it made me reflect on how I almost gave up on my own dreams and decided that a good enough life was fine. And, it was okay to settle. And I thought about it and I thought, wow, what would I have missed if I hadn't pursued my dreams? And all the experiences I would have missed. I wouldn't be sitting here in one of my most favorite places in the whole world, my van, and the friends I would not have made. So come on with me. I want to take you on a little journey and share with you how I resurrected my dreams and determined and realized that age is not a barrier to realizing your dreams, and that a good enough life isn't enough, and you don't have to settle no matter how old you are. So come on and let me share a little bit of my journey with you. I have always liked to travel, and one of my biggest dreams was to get an RV and travel around the country. And as long as I can remember, that's something I aspire to do. But like a lot of us, life kind of gets in the way. First, it was my job, learning a new job, then having responsibilities on a job I'd been on for a while. And then at 50, I became the guardian to a 6-month-old baby who then became my daughter. And then, I thought, well, I can't do it now. I'll have to wait till she gets older, then maybe until this or that. But there's always an obstacle to overcome. There's always something that keeps you from fulfilling your dream, and you just postpone it. And you think, I'm just going to postpone it until this is done or that's done. But you never think that it will go away and you will lose your dream. But that's what happens to so many. And before I knew it, I was in my 60s. And I thought, wow, it's too late. I'm 60. I can't start on this adventure now at this point, because we're conditioned to think that age is a barrier and there's certain things that we can't do after a certain age. I don't know who came up with that, but that's what we seem to be conditioned to believe. And I found myself buying into that. But more importantly, and even I think sadder, I started justifying or coming up with excuses or coming up with a rationalization. I think that's the best word of why, it was okay if I didn't do it. If I didn't do this dream, I'd done other things. I traveled other places, even though this was a pressing dream, it was a yearning in my heart. I started convincing myself, and I think so many of us do that, convince ourselves that we don't really need this dream, that it's not really that important, that if we don't ever do it, it's okay, that our lives are pretty good, and pretty good is okay, pretty good is not so bad. And I started thinking, as I was trying to convince myself that this true yearning in my heart was not as strong as I knew it was, I started thinking about, what kind of message is this that I'm giving my daughter? That it's okay to settle, and it's okay to cast your dreams aside, and it's okay to just decide, good enough is okay. And so I was never able to really fully extinguish that desire of my heart. So finally I thought, I'm going to go on YouTube and see if I can find maybe I can find a cheap RV, because the RVs that I was looking at that were comparable to something I would really want, they were running over $100,000, 100, 125, even 150. And I thought, well, that's never going to happen. So I went on and I was looking up for cheap RVs, and those of you who know me know this story. I came across Cheap RV Living and Bob Wells. And I started seeing people, especially older women, who were taking these vehicles. They were converting them into either RVs or even just campers, or just vehicles that had a bed and maybe a butane stove and, a cooler even. And I thought, I can do that. I could do that and travel in something like that. And well, one thing led to another, and now I have my Glowmobile. For those of you who are a little older, even in your 60s or 70s, I want to tell you that almost every day I get comments or emails from people who are in their 70s and who have decided that they're not going to leave this earth without fulfilling a dream that they have had for years and years. And I want to encourage you and let you know, whether it's building on a van, traveling, or doing something else, I want to let you know it's never too late. There is not an age limit, or as one of my friends Paula says, there's not an expiration date on the desires of your heart or the dreams that you've pursued forever. And it's interesting, had I not gone ahead and decided I was really just going to build out the van and maybe just travel a little bit up and down California. I had scaled down. I thought, okay, I won't travel the country, but I'll do some of it, and I'll travel up and down California. Well, I went to the RTR, and while at the RTR, I encountered someone who inspired me to start my YouTube channel by what I was seeing as far as them eating out of a can of beans, and that's a whole nother story. But if I had not pursued that one dream, this whole lifestyle and all of these other adventures would never have happened. I would never have had my YouTube channel, and now I have two other dreams. I'm going to share one of them with you, and the other I'll tell you about later. But one of them is to buy a piece of property and have it as a glow retreat. I'm going to call it Glow Haven, where I can let people who, especially older people who may need a break from the road and don't have a home base, or people who don't have anywhere to go, and it's not going to be large. There will only be maybe 8 or 10 places or spots there, but somewhere where it can be a haven for people. And I'm just thinking, none of this would have happened if I had let go of my dream just because I was in my 60s. So if you even have a little ember burning still, I encourage you to fan that ember, get it going until it's a roaring fire, and pursue it. And one of the things I would encourage you to do is surround yourself by people who are not dream killers. Because you'll have people who will tell you, oh, you're too old, or oh, it's too dangerous, or whatever. Whether it's van life or something else that might not have any danger associated with it, they'll tell you all the reasons, whether it's, financially not feasible or you can't raise the money. But there will always be people who will try and snatch your dream away from you. And usually, you know what I found? I found those people are people who've given up on their own dreams. And I don't know whether it's subconsciously or consciously, they hate to see other people achieve theirs. So I hope this has offered you just a tiny speck of encouragement. And I invite you to come along with me as I start looking on my journey to find a place that will be Glow Haven, and that some Globies and other folks can come to, and we can meet up there, and it can be a retreat and a haven for folks who are tired and exhausted and just need a resting place. So if you have, tell you what, if you have some dreams that you've given up on or had given up on, and then you resuscitated them, you breathed life back into them, and you're now living them, especially if you're older, would you put that in the comment and tell me about it? Or even better, would you write me at gloriouslifeonwheels@gmail.com and tell me about it? And maybe I could interview you and your story can encourage someone else, as I hope this video will do for so many. I can't tell you how many people in their 70s are writing me now telling me that they're pursuing their dreams, and that they have decided that, this is their last chance, and they're not going to let it go away from them. They're not going to let it get away from them. So let me know. Let me know if this video has encouraged you, and let me know your story and how you have pursued and are pursuing your dreams. Bye till next time. Sorry it's been so long since I've done a video, but I was just exhausted from traveling thousands of miles over a short period of time. But I am recuperating, and I'm going to be back in the saddle, as they say, soon, and hopefully we'll be getting some more videos out. From my heart to yours, may your journey be filled with joy and blessings.